Hey guys, it's Fly here, just going over with you the 3 simple rules of a Nuzlocke. First, when a Pokemon faints, it is dead and it can no longer be used. Second, every Pokemon must be nicknamed. And third, the first Pokemon encountered is your only encounter for that route. I do have some self-imposed rules, like I'm not allowed to heal once I enter into a gym. I do break those rules a little bit this run because I didn't want to restart, and there's a special mechanic used in the gym itself. You see me kill Tiny P-Bug? You watched it? High quality video content right here.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
So let me preface and say, you see me saving my game. A viewer on my stream, Blue, had told me Isle of Armor had an encounter that I could use. I couldn't tell if chat was trolling me or if he was serious. So I told myself I wouldn't wipe. So I saved my game to see if I had to restart or not. And in reality, I did not have to reset. I did get a Shelmet, a Miltank, and I closed my eyes for this encounter, and I actually got a Poliwag, which was going to be a huge fit for the team. After getting those encounters, getting the team all situated, I had to do a little bit of story here. I had to go meet the chairman in the restaurant, in the seafood restaurant to be exact. Went through, did all the dialogue, and actually came out. Actually was expecting to battle my rival. To my pleasant surprise, I didn't have to. We have another eyes closed encounter here in the cave. I closed my eyes hoping to get Krogunk, Noibat, and I got a Wimpod. I mean, I'm not too upset because a new member is a new member for the team. When we're dropping them like flies, it is what it is. That is the last one we wanted. We had Krogunks, another nice fighting type with poison. Ugh. I mean, you can see that I'm clearly excited on stream that I got a Wimpod. And I really didn't use my head because, does he run? Well, I may or may not have forgotten about his ability, but on to the next encounter, which is a cave fishing spot. More water type! Woo! We end up getting the Barboach, going into the next bead battle here. I made a couple rookie mistakes that for some reason I thought I would be able to kill with Metal Claw. I'll give you a hint. I didn't. So we did end up losing Blue here. He fought well for us and we're going to miss him. Goodbye, Blue. Sucker Punch could be the carry of this fight, honestly. He just learned it. He learned it in Busker's final moments. So this is where you're a little bit confused because you don't know who Buskers is. You didn't see part 2 of the series. You didn't see that man carry me through the second gym. Go, like, comment, subscribe. We'll get you back on the second episode. We'll get you caught up. Then you'll understand. But that's where he learned Sucker Punch. He was a hero. He got us here. We may have Sucker Punch, but Solosis is just beating us around, and you can hear that through the audio. Why is this thing doing so much damage? But we proceed to kill him, and Ponyton me became in a Western duel, and you can almost hear the wow, 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 because it came down to life or death, and it all came down to a confusion. And then I got hit with confusion itself, and I took the gamble and debated on if I should echo voice or if I should swap, but I realized that swapping could mean a death. That's when my brain started going. My neurons were firing at full effort. I was trying to see if I can actually hit the thing. I was checking accuracy, making sure the damage made sense, just because I realized one wrong choice and I'm losing another party member when I don't have party members willing to be lost. So we took the shot, went for it, and we got it. Shortly after this wonderful battle, I proceeded to go and fight Marnie, and her Morpeko, I took a bite, didn't do enough damage, and I was like, I'll live. I forgot about it switching to dark and getting stab on bite, and I lost Miltank over such a minor choice that I completely forgot about. Know your game, boys. We proceed to go into the gym. I mean, we're ready. So the thing that I was talking about earlier in this video, that there's a unique mechanic, it's actually a 2v1 kind of free-for-all that they can target me freely, and I forgot about it for quite a while into the gym, and I realized that if I'm not going to heal my Pokemon, I can't take this early damage. So there are some penalties here. So yep, we come into the second battle of the gym there itself. I'm trying to get the other Pokemon low so that I can catch it, get the bonus points. But, you know, they gotta take turns beating up on me, determining on who's the bigger issue. And I'll give you a hint, my partner starts attacking me, realizing that I'm the target, because if I'm not in the battle, he can catch the Pokemon. And I'll tell you what, that technique just does not work with me. But I do take some major chip damage through this entire gym. So I do bend one of my side rules that I made for myself. But just to let you know, no one's ever revived anything like that. But I had to make it so that I still could complete the gym within a reasonable amount, because I'm also not over leveling my Pokemon. And what I mean by that is none of my Pokemon are higher leveled than the highest Pokemon in the gym. And if they are, I'm not allowed to use them. I'm trying to make this as difficult as I could, but also while kind of balancing it out so that I can't sit there, power farm, and just grind through the entire gym, easy peasy. Right here, I'm a little bit lost. I'm like, I didn't encounter each grass spot, and I forgot that it's all a point-based system. So I very quickly realized in this third battle that I'm actually the priority for my partner Pokemon to attack. I start taking a lot more damage than what I really want to, and I realized that the sooner I take out my partner Pokemon, the sooner I have a less of a chance of taking damage from 2 Pokemon instead of 1. So my next turn, I go through, take him out, but then I realize that now I have a 100% chance of taking damage from the Sizzlepede. So it's kind of a trade-off, but it's one that I was willing to make. Coming into one of the final battles here, I really should have thought out my plan a little bit better. Figured I'd just one-shot him. I got flinched, and then I got bug bit. And that is actually how I lost my starter Pokemon in this Nuzlocke. Of all things, I got double teamed and lost to a bug type and a fire type gym. If that is not the most poetic, sad thing I've ever heard, I don't know what is. But I knew I had to move on. I couldn't let that just stop. I lost 2 to the same bug. Ugh. So now that I'm down to 3 Pokemon, I'm a little lost on what I'm going to do, but I realized that I'm going to have to use that big reliable water type that I made fun of in the cave. But at the end of the day, I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. And let me tell you, this Barboach has taught me that's exactly what he's here to do. He's here to close when no one else is willing. So I do have to bring up exactly what I said when I brought up the Barboach earlier. More water type! Woo! So that Pokemon there was the very last one I had to do of the mission area. We're able to finally go on to the champion. Now, this is where that rule that I set was broken. After going back and forth, I realized going with these 3 Pokemon versus who his ace was that I do remember, there was no way that I'd beat it. So what I did is I used a super potion on the 3 Pokemon I had left. I didn't restore PP. I let him kind of duke it out with the 3 of them because I didn't want to reset the run, but also with the mechanics of this gym, I figured it was some way that I could balance it out and give myself a fighting chance of completing it. Let me know if I cheated. So guys, for your viewing, I did speed up this battle here itself. There's a lot of things that happened during it that kind of played itself out. I did want to showcase the entire battle. I didn't want to clip it, make small little bits here and there. I do want to just show exactly how this battle went. I'm going to let it battle on, let the music play, and I'm going to kind of voice over when I do see something important, like to bring up like the chip damage and the flinch that I got turn 1. The burn missed, and that is huge for what's going on in this battle. Clearly this burn did not miss, so it's going to start chipping me down turn by turn, but I realized that I actually have a shot to take out Ninetales. Here it is, we take the Ninetales down, so now it's a 3v2. The numbers are in my favor. I'm staying right around that full health mark. I think that I might have a chance, but obviously in his realm, you never know what's going to happen. Arcanine is a huge target here just because of its damage that it does output. I'm really debating on if I should max this turn or if I save it for another one. I really go back and forth. I'm looking at all my options, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to do the damage that I can. If I lose it, I lose it.
No,
I know
we
that's
do
not the
want
mindset
that.
to have.
Stop it.
Him stacking agilities now is going to be huge. So now, I do finally decide to Dynamax Meowstic instead of saving it for a water type. Now, a lot of people may wonder why I did this. There's a couple reasons itself. Is with the damage I did turn 1 to him, I figured if I could one-shot Arcanine, I then will put me in a 3v1 situation, which it happens. Now, here's where I went wrong. I should have Dynamaxed a water type to get the rain out to nerf the fire damage. Quick little move lesson mid-battle. You know, it's needed. You never know when it's going to come in handy. Now, the reason I wanted to Dynamax before the Sizzlipede actually came out, the second option, was I wanted to waste one of his turns. I realized that I had a pretty good chance, and then it occurs to me, I don't have max guard. So I have to hope that I can take one whole hit from Sizzlipede his very first turn out, because if not, it means there's a pretty good chance that I wipe this battle, and it's all because I Dynamaxed turn 1. Now I used Max Mindstorm, and I get some pretty good damage off. I heal, and I have a chance to live, and then I realized
Oh, no.
I lived. I'm ecstatic. But then it occurred to me, I'm still burned. I lost my Dynamax in just 2 turns.
Maybe not.
And now he has
Here's my
2
hope.
more turns of being over-leveled for my Pokemon,
Grabby.
and there's no shot. I know you haven't done a lot for me, buddy. Can he get the double protect off and make him lose? So you heard my thoughts live there. I was going to have to protect and hope for the double protect to use up all of his Dynamax turns. That was the only shot I have to beating this gym without losing everyone here. And it works. This Pokemon that I had the luxury of never really using just got off a low percentage ability that makes it so that he then levels the playing field to a 2v1, no Dynamax with 2 water types versus a fire type. I am ecstatic. You don't understand. I am shaking at this point in time. Now I realize that I have 2 shots to do damage here, but there's a chance that I don't even make it to the next turn. And unfortunately, my boy Krabby does fall before doing any damage, but he did so much more than doing damage. He gave me a fighting chance using a Pokemon that I made fun of in a cave. More water type! Woo! I have 2 water type moves. I have a physical and a special. I have to figure out which one of my stats are going to be higher, and they're a difference of 1. And obviously I should have looked up what Sizzlepede's special defense and physical defense were, but I realized I had 1 point in my favor. I'm just going to send it. I get hit with a smoke screen, which lowers my accuracy, which means that my 100%, and it hits. And this Pokemon does not die. And I realized that I have to full send it or I'm going to lose. And you know what? This fish connected it and let me beat the 3rd gym. I start screaming. But I have some bad news, guys. That's the end of this video. More water type. Woo! More water type. Woo!